Good morning, sixth grade. We're going to be setting 3.2 up again today. I think we need to go into it in much more detail. We're going to start with 4 questions to get you thinking about math. We're going to be taking a look at the different ways that we could describe time. How many seconds in a minute? How many minutes in an hour? How many hours in a day? How many minutes in a day? So type your answers and then we'll go over it. Type your answer and how you got them. Good morning, Mr. Casamento. First one here, huh? Good morning, Miss Melly. All right, please think about the 4 questions and then answer. Put your answers and your thought process in the chat. Hi, Alex. Alex, let me know if today's stream is less laggy for you, please. Maybe you could tell me around 11:30. See if you experienced any lag like you've been before. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. I'm trying something different, and yesterday Astrid said that it was much better after I made the change. So I want to see if you're experiencing the same thing that she is, because then I might have to try some other stuff. All right, guys. So let's take a look at those 4 questions. I need you guys to answer them and put in your thought process here. How many minutes in a day? 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, and I don't know the last 2. How many hours are in a day? Feel free to look that up, Usmeli, not a problem. And for how many minutes in a day, I want you to think about some ways that you could calculate that. Okay, good job, guys, good job. Okay, so let's focus on the last 2 then, because you guys got the first 2 with no problem. So the last 2 questions were how many hours in one day? And then the other one was, I guess I'll put it over here, how many minutes in one day? So let's see what you find out. Oh, okay, Rusmeli. Rusmeli has an answer for which one? So you guys are, okay, you guys agreed. That was pretty fast. Which one is the 1,440? Okay, we have differing opinions here. Usmeli, did you look up how many hours in a day yet? Oh, okay. No, you guys are in agreement. You're telling me that there's 24 hours in one day, and you're telling me that there's 1,440 minutes in one day. Would you please tell me what your thought process was to figure these out? And while I wait for you, I'll take attendance. Yes, please let me know, and I'll take attendance. And Mr. Casamento are here. Anyone else that I need to jot down, please just say hi. And how are you? It's lagging again? Dang. Same as yesterday? Mr. Casamento, are you experiencing the lag? All right, just focus on explaining this in the chat. And we'll do some check-ins. I will leave and rejoin. Okay, no problem. I keep freezing. Mr. Casamento's not experiencing that problem. Okay. All right, guys. Maybe Rusmeli, try the same thing that Alex is gonna try. Leave and rejoin. I'm connected to a stronger network today. Astrid said it helped on her end, so I'm hoping it helps for anyone who was experiencing the lag. I need to know how you guys got this. I need to know the logic before we move on. It works now. Okay, perfect. How did you guys find this result? You both agree with each other, but I want to know what you guys were thinking. Hi, Yubani. Thank you for joining. We're in the middle of wrapping up the warm-up, Yubani. I'm waiting for them to tell me how they decided that there's 1,440 minutes in one day. And then we're going to set that task up again because no one did it. I multiplied 60 by 24. Okay. So Alex is saying he took 60, he multiplied by 24. Would you tell me why you decided to do that? And what does the 60 represent? What does the 24 represent? And why does it get the correct answer? 60 minutes in 1 hour, 24 in a day. Okay, okay, nice. You're making a connection. He said if there's 60 minutes in 1 hour, so we were trying to go from here to here, right? Okay. Nice. Very, very nice. The reason why we're looking at something like this is because the task 3.2 that I posted for everybody to complete for today, 3.2 is because 3.2 is going to help us compare units of measure. Now, this is more like converting, right? So the goal later on is to be able to convert. But the task that I need you guys to complete, it focuses more so on comparing them, all right? Now, I don't know if maybe I was not very clear when I tried to set the task up on Monday, and if I was not clear, but you guys were supposed to complete that so that we could, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to be more detailed. If you have questions, please ask. And then what I'll do is when the link is ready, I'll post this link with the assignment in case anybody forgot something that I said. Okay? Oh, you did finish it. Okay. So do me a favor then. When I'm done setting it up, tell me if anything is like different in your understanding or if you want to change anything. So you do not have to submit it yet. It's okay, no problem. Oh, that's strange because I could swear I checked. Maybe I didn't check. Maybe I checked before you posted it. Okay, yeah, I see. The last time I had checked, nobody had submitted. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, so the very thing that I'm going to start station by station. And if you have any questions, please ask me. That's strange. I don't remember closing that out. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at, station number 1. We're going to look at station number 1 again. In station number 1, you're supposed to decide how many cubic inches will fill the box and how many cubic inches will fill the box. Now, what box are they talking about? So they're talking about this box right here. And I posted it on Google Classroom. I added more resources because I figured that you guys were having, I figured you guys needed more material. I keep freezing and unfreezing. Keep trying to refresh. I'm sorry. Jaden, how about you? Is it lagging or freezing? Okay. So the stream, is it freezing or lagging for you? So I need you guys to open up this assignment because I posted more materials and I'm going to go over each station. Okay, thank you. So for station number 1, where I got the box that we're trying to fill. When you click on that document, there's a net. And if you were able to print it, you could cut it out, tape it up or glue it, and then you get this tiny box. This box, I also posted on Google Classroom. I posted a picture of it for you. And I posted it right here. And I told you what the dimensions of it were. So the box that we're trying to fill yeah, Rosemary and Alex, if there's a spot in your home that gets a better connection, sometimes depending on where you are, the further you are from your connecting piece, the worse the internet will be. So the box that I just showed you is 4 inches by 2 inches by 2 inches. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful because when you're filling in the table, You are supposed to be, let's see, I think I have this picture also. To show you the difference between 1 centimeter cube and a 1-inch cube. Those are the two objects that you are supposed to be filling inside of the paper box. And you simply, in the chart, put how many of the cubic inch ones you put in the box and how many cubic centimeters will fill the box. You just have to tell me how many. Okay, and that's station 1. Does anybody have a question about station 1? And Alex, when you do you understand it differently at all after I just went over it in more detail? Okay, we're going to take a look at station 2. Station 2, we don't have meter sticks, right? We don't have meter sticks. So I'm going to help you guys with the meters. What I need you to do is fill in the feet, which means you're going to need some type of ruler or measuring tape. Now, measuring tape can be the measuring tape that you have usually for sewing. It's very flexible, like paper almost. Or you can use measuring tape from a toolkit. These, though, if you're going to use this, you need to be extremely careful because these snap, right? If you let go or it slips out of your finger, it snaps back into place. So you got to be careful that you don't get your finger caught in there because it could cut you or hurt. Usually you can lock these in, right? And then it'll stay put. But if you release the lock, it snaps back in again. So again, you got to be careful, okay? So you need some type of way to measure because I want you to be able to measure in feet. And in the posting, if you notice in the posting, I wrote specifically that's relatively large. It should be something like a tall cabinet, armoire, a sofa that sits 2 or more people. It could be a bed. And if you don't have anything in the house that you want to measure, then outside you can measure a street sign, like a stop sign, a no parking sign, a speed bump sign, because those are tall enough. When it comes to meters and feet, you need something that's long enough. Another example is a dining room table or a long kitchen table. A round one gets a little complicated because usually if you have the flexible measuring tape, that will work, and you'd still be measuring the distance around. But it would be better if it was just a straight object, okay? All right, let's try refresh. Refresh, Roosmelly. Make sure your other tabs are closed too. Make sure you also limit what's connected to it. If you have like 4 or more devices connected to the same internet, it's going to slow it down. Typically. Not necessarily. It just depends. No questions yet? So if you fill in the feet, I will help you with the meters because there's really nothing that I can do with the meter. What you could do is, I guess I could allow you for that one problem. I could allow you when you put in the feet, I could allow you to go to Google and you can ask how many meters is 10 feet. You know, like what the length is that you got. Just tell us what object you chose to measure and how many feet it was, and then from there I can help you with the meters, okay? Okay, any questions on station 1 or 2? You guys haven't really said if you have questions or not. Okay, try leaving and rejoining. Okay, let's talk about station number 3. Station number 3, I really like the video that they gave us. Okay. A lot of students said that they were not able to open it though. So what I did was I recorded it myself and then I posted it. Here, let's, yeah, that's it right there. This one is for station 3. So you'll notice that they're starting with a gallon and it looks like colored water. They start with the gallon and it's full and they fill first 4 quarts. These look like Powerade bottles. So these bottles right here that are shown, they look like 4 Powerade bottles and those are the quarts. And then later on, they're going to take the same gallon and they're going to fill what look like liter bottles that you would normally see like soda or seltzer water in, okay? So that one is for station 3, and if you watch that video, you have enough information to estimate the liters, and you definitely have enough information for quarts. Okay, that's station 3. Any questions on station 3? Maybe I should slow down because I'm not sure if you guys are getting this or not, and it's really important that you ask questions. Okay, so you don't have a question. Okay, good. Okay, let's look at station number 4. Station number 4, I like a lot because you're going to be comparing ounces, pounds, grams, and kilograms all at the same time. And I found a video, and please don't be offended of the title, okay? I don't think that you're on a 3rd grade level at all. This one right here with the nice lady, okay? She is going to show you an awesome kitchen scale, and it actually has all 4 measurements. And she's actively measuring those things. So when I found the video, it wasn't about the grade level. It was about her measuring with the units that we need. And that's it. So I'm going to push play real quick so I could zoom in on the scale and show you why that is so important. Okay. Pause. Okay, pause. And get rid of the advertisements. Okay. So she zooms in. And when she zooms in, right here on the side are all 4 measurements. So whenever she weighs something, like she's going to measure Domino's, she's going to measure tomatoes, she's going to measure her stuffed animal mascots, an onion, like she's going to measure a whole bunch of things. And I need you to pick 3, any 3 of the things that she measures. And you're going to record how much each one weighs in each of the 4 measurements. And that's why this video is like right on point, because you don't even have to have the scale in your home. As long as you watch the video, pause it when she's measuring it and zooms in on the measurement, you can literally write down how much each weighs in the ounces, the pounds, the kilograms, and the grams. So you pick any of the 3. So where it says object 1, object 2, object 3, tell me what those objects are. Is it the container of tomatoes? Is it the onion? Is it the Domino's? How many Domino's? Because she measures multiple things. Absolutely, Alex. I will resend it to you, and that's exactly why I'm going over it right now. Oh, you took it back. Okay, yeah, no problem at all, man. That's why I'm going over it now, because usually I get at least half of you submitting the task. This time, nobody submitted it, so I figured you guys needed a more in-depth explanation. And I think you needed more materials too. I don't think you had enough materials for the stations. So I added a whole bunch of stuff that were not there before. And no one is going to be penalized for that. That was station 3. That was station 4, right? So the nice lady with her scale is station 4. Now station 5, the last one, is a little tricky. Because we don't have typically graduated cylinders in our homes. Usually, if you like science and you're into that stuff, you might have asked for a science kit. And in that case, you might have one. But typically, your average kid and adult is not going to have a graduated cylinder in their home because it's usually experimental. So they're usually in labs and schools. So what I did was I attached a video because you probably have seen graduated cylinders in your science class when you do your experiments. I did 2 things for this station. Number 1, in the posting. All right, how come I cannot see my instructions here? Here we go. This is what I needed. In the instructions, I tell you that approximately 1 teaspoon is 5 milliliters. Approximately 1 teaspoon is 5 milliliters. I also wanted to make sure that you remembered what a graduated cylinder even looks like. So I posted a quick advertisement for a company that sells them so that you could see all the, okay, good. There it is. I wanted you to be able to see all the different sizes. Because depending on what you're measuring, it's more appropriate to have something big or something tiny. Now for us, we're supposed to be putting salt into the 50 milliliter one, and we're supposed to be doing it by the teaspoon. So if this is my teaspoon, we're supposed to fill it with salt. However, the teaspoon should not be rounded, like it shouldn't be piled up on top. It has to be like a regular teaspoon. Now, this is enough information for you to fill out the chart. If by any chance you do have a graduated cylinder that's 50 millimeters or higher, feel free to ask permission from your family to use the salt or something comparable like dirt or sand to place into the graduated cylinder to estimate how many teaspoons it would take. But this conversion right here is enough information for you to fill out the chart. How many teaspoons would it take for 20, 40, or the full 50 to fill it up? Okay? Now, that was all 5 stations. So let me ask really quick if there are any questions on any of the stations. And I want you to remember what the point of this is. Now, I would say for station 2 and station 5, we cannot get away from the conversion. It's like kind of embedded because we don't have the materials. I want you to always remember this word while you're doing 3.2. I want you to remember that you're comparing. You're supposed to be comparing the units. So for example, in the warm-up, we said how many hours are in a day? Well, we're comparing hours and we're comparing a day. There's minutes and hours, right? So we're comparing them. Which one is bigger, right? And that's kind of what you're going to be doing in these 5 stations. You're going to be comparing them in a way that will allow you to decide if one is bigger or smaller than the other. Okay? All right. It doesn't look like you guys have any questions. So they are due today. No, actually, it was supposed to be due today so that we could discuss it. I'm going to make it due now by Sunday so that we could discuss it Monday, because I don't want to take the investigative part away from you. If I just go over the answers right now, it's going to mean very, very little to you. I really need you to take the time to go through each station and try your best. And if you get stuck on anything, I can help, or we could talk about it Monday. Is that okay? No problem. So how about we do this? We actually finished a lot earlier in this class than in my other class. I had so much to explain and so many questions that it took me the full hour. You guys seem to understand it. You seem to be comfortable with it. Why don't you try right now to do 1 or 2 stations, and then if you have a question, I can answer it immediately. Hey, Emily, you do not have to do the stations in order. That's a very good question. Emily, right now, we just discussed the task 3.2. I'm going to need you to watch the stream once I have the link up, because I just took the time to talk about each of the 5 stations. This is showing station 1. Tomorrow, if you guys have any makeup work that you need to get done, I'll be with you at 11 a.m. So, Emily, this was the posting that we discussed. There's a lot of attachments to help you. And in today's stream, I went through each one to tell you which one matches with each station. Okay. And I'd like you to try 1 or 2 of them now so that if you have a question, I can answer it. Okay. Okay, let me also update attendance. Emily joined us. Am I missing anybody else? Alex, Rusmeli, Jada, Giovanni, and Emily. Anybody else? Okay, thank you guys. Try it out, and I'll just stand by for the next like 10 or 15 minutes while you have fun with that. That's what you want to call it. It should be relatively interesting, I think. Yes, stay with us, Emily. The link is going to take time to develop. I'm not going to be able to post it right away, which sometimes gets me a little frustrated because I want to post it right away in case you guys want to look back at it or miss the stream. But it takes time. As soon as it's ready, I'll post it with the assignment. That way there's no like trying to search for it. from the classics, man.
That person's playing it. That's how I found it.
I don't know, Rosemary. For now, I would just ignore it. I removed the comment. Hey, Alana, how are you? I just set up task 3.2 again, so you're gonna have to look at the stream when I post it. And I told everybody to give it a try so that I can answer any questions while they're working on it. I'm good, thank you, Alana. How? Okay, and I'm glad that you're doing well. How have the cats been? I think they've been okay, right? The cats have been good? Yes, I do. I have two. Usually they're hanging out around here, but they must be sleeping. Yeah, one's in the cat tree. I don't know. The other one's probably sleeping too.
I think she's sleeping in your bed.
Oh. If they ever pop in during stream, I'll show you. I don't want to. If they're sleeping, I don't want to disturb them. But yeah, if they pop around, cause they like this area. Yeah, Cinnamon's the boy, Bailey's the girl. I'll show you when they start looking around. I think I'm gonna post Bailey. Her name is Bailey. I think I'm gonna add one more fact. Well, I'll do that Monday. Like, I don't want to give away too much information, but I'm thinking that there's one more fact that would help you guys with Station 1. We're getting close to the end of our time, though, so I was wondering if there's any questions on any of the stations yet, or do we feel like it's going well? Your administrator has initiated an update. Okay, we have to remind me later, please, because let's see, 10 minutes will do it, because the stream will be over. How come I can't click 10 minutes? It says next century. That's funny. Why does it? Oh, it's not letting me. Okay, in 1 hour then. How old is Cinnamon and Bailey? Are both about 5. Got it right that time. I messed it up the other day. They are both about 5 years old in human years. It is almost lunchtime, yes. Ah, good question. How about in cat years? They're like old adults. $31. Let's see. According to this, 5 years old in cat year. They're both 36 years old. That's crazy. They don't act like they're 36. They act like they're kids. I did not get them from shelters. Cinnamon we got from a family in South Jersey who their orange cat had a litter, and Cinnamon was the last one that didn't have a home. So we found him that way. And Bailey was actually a stray, and a coworker of mine was trying to find homes for them. So we visited them, and I think she was one of 2 cats that were still needing a home. So
2 twin brothers.
Oh, that's right. She had like 2 twin siblings. They were like gray and white. They were very beautiful, but I couldn't take 3 cats. So I took Bailey, and then Cinnamon had at least someone his species around too, not just us. So it's kind of like a shelter, but not a shelter. So no questions, guys? Let me put it in chat in case. Any questions on the stations yet? Any questions on the stations yet? Obviously, if you have questions, you can email me or post a comment. Maybe other people have the same question. So if you do it in Classroom, that's perfect. I get an email notification. No questions yet? Okay. Make sure if you forget anything, like what matches up with what, just look at the video again. I'll post it as soon as I can, as soon as it's available. And make sure that you have it completed by Sunday so that I could, go over it with you guys Monday. I would like some students to volunteer their work. I'm not going anywhere yet. We still have 6 minutes. I didn't know that specifically. I just know that once in a while it does happen. It's very sad, and I know. Well, that's all you need is an idea, and if you believe in it, it can happen. You're not the only one that feels that way. Well, because it's not reasonable, you have to be, it's very expensive, and if you think about it, they would all fight if they didn't have their own space. So, I mean, what we really need is everyone to come together and pitch in. I'm sure there's many people who would love to have a pet who are maybe stuck at home or lonely. They are adorable, and pets, if you can ever have a pet, I highly recommend it because they're just so cute and cuddly. They do make very good companions in life. They're a lot of responsibility, but it's worth it because you care about them. That's not a bad idea, Alana. That's not a bad idea at all. What's going to happen today, Rusmeli? What's wrong? That's true too. I can tell you that adopting is very difficult. Maybe not from a shelter, but other adoption organizations, they can make it pretty difficult. And there are genuinely people who are very willing and able, but it's very difficult. But I understand what you mean. Okay, guys, I'll take any last minute questions, and then in 1 minute we'll stop. Do you enjoy dancing? Okay, so just focus on how you love to dance and don't focus or think about the way you look or what's being done. Just be in the dance, and I'm sure you'll still enjoy it. And I'm sure you'll look very lovely also. Oh, that's wonderful, Alana. See? That's wonderful. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, part of dancing is being very fit. So you do have to be in shape. Otherwise, you could actually hurt yourself. And then for a dancer, if they're injured, that's a big setback. So it sounds like she knows what she's doing. So just make the best out of it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. And if you have any questions or you have any makeup, okay? You have to give it a chance, Rusmeli. You might pass anyway. All right? Let me know how it goes tomorrow. All right? I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not sad. I see you tomorrow. Okay. You guys have a good rest of your day. Rusmeli, good luck. I hope it goes great, and I hope you have fun. Oh, okay. Well, then it's even more important that you have fun, because now that's the whole point of it, is to have fun. All right, guys, take care. See you tomorrow.